Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Maelinfell. Honestly, I forgot what number it is, so I'm just going to put it in the title and call it a day, but we are adding on to this amazing Viking village. You can see here I've kind of worked on the tree, done a little stuff. It's really dark in this area, but yeah, I know it's been 2 weeks. Sorry about that, but we're going to get ahead. We're going to show you this video. I'm going to show you what I've been doing, and let's just move on straight into it. Alright everybody, so I had to check, and this is actually episode 8 of Maelinfell, which is actually pretty cool if you ask me. Now, I think I'll have one more episode after this, and it will be, like, the city will be fully completed, and it'll kind of be one less thing to have to worry about in terms of building this world, but this episode is no slouch. Now, just like the prior episodes, I put a lot of effort into this one, and I built a few different structures. Mainly, it's more housing, but there's also a storage building, and I'm pushing the city out a tad further for some future farmlands. Now, Maelinfell has grown more than I could have ever imagined, and it's all thanks to the community and the awesome responses I get on videos and the suggestions that I receive, so thank you for being absolutely awesome. Now, I maintained the original themes of the city and continued to use a mixture of stone foundations and wooden walls along with thatched roofing. Now, one of the main components that I used for the roofing was just simply spruce planks, and it just, the darker hue kind of works really well with the lighter thatch roof and some of the lighter walls, so it definitely comes together really well. Now, this style is actually very prevalent across the southern side of this continent, so it's really no surprise that Maelinfell is a shining example of that. And, you know, to be honest, there's really not much lore or history to dive into with this one, but there are going to be some smaller things I show you in the walkthrough, so let's just power through the music. I'll meet you again shortly, but before I do that, if you like my content, like the channel, please feel free to subscribe, hit that like, comment below, do all the good YouTube stuff, because it really does help the channel and push it, you know, to a wider audience, and I think this project, like, everyone should know about it. So anyways, here's the music. I'll meet you again for the walkthrough. Alright everybody, so here we have it. We're right where we were in the beginning of the video, right next to the tree and some of the older sections of Maelinfell, and this is kind of part of where we left off last time. Now, I decorated all of this. This was just bare, basic, green, boring, nothing. We added some scenery, and this is where the first house was built. Now, all of this was already made, years ago, and then this coming around here, where, you know, where that part is, was also made. So this is all the new sections, and I just wanted to show this up to everybody. So once again, we have kind of like your basic, very small Viking-esque home, or Norse, you know, kind of however you want to say it, but this is very small and cramped. 3 beds, a little bit of decoration. It's pretty much just here to sleep. You know, they would be out working, they would be out fishing, doing things like that all day. So this is quite literally just a shelter to sleep, and that's about it. Now, I'm not going to go into a ton of detail with each one, but you can see here we actually have a little bit of a mushroom garden. Really cool for like cooking with, getting that extra flavor, all that good stuff. And this is where the path kind of divvies up. You can see here we have where we ended up last time. This is where we began. So this whole section here is actually all new. So I'm going to come down this little pathway here back to where we ended off and kind of give you a little quick tour of this. home. So this home, once again, is very much like the other one, except it's on a full diagonal. It's a little bit higher, and what it does is it kind of gives a little bit of a depth here. You can see we actually have some things hanging up on the, I guess, the support beams, the rafters, whatever you want to call them. Of course, we have a way for the smoke to get out here so they can cook and stay warm or do whatever they need to do inside of here without catching the whole thing on fire, without it getting absolutely too warm. But you can see, I mean, I tried to add a lot of detail here, lots of bracketed supports, kind of just messed up, kind of just there. And of course, you know, we have some of their herbs hanging up. We have some of the pots, you know, containing different plants and things like that for them to eat. Really cool way, and it's on a, like I said, it's a full diagonal, which is always really fun to build on. What we'll do now is we'll just move on to the next. You can see here we have some scenery. We have, obviously it's in a lush part of the world. Lots of greenery, lots of cool stuff. You can come down here and actually see just a small little area on the side where it goes to the beach. And then this is kind of overgrown vegetation. We're going to go back up, and this is actually the storage. So I'll just do that since it's closest. But you can see here we got this really cool awning overhang thing. Lots of storage space under here. Looks really cool. And this storage place is pretty massive. Once we go in this door here, you can see we have tons of stuff. I mean, we have crab traps, fish traps, you know, just pretend that's traps, coal for burning fires. We have, like, you know, just different tools. Awesome skull because it's a really great addition. Lots of food storage, drink storage, things like that, all in this bottom floor. So a lot going on just in this small area. And then if you go up, we have a lot of the same. I mean, it's a storage. There's only so much you can do. But we have this whole area, once again, some wine, some drinks, some food, some herbs, all that good stuff. A pelt's hanging up right here. Just like I said, it's a storage unit. I mean, there's nothing much to it, but it still looks really good in my opinion. I really like it. It's cluttered and just cluttered enough. As you can see here, we actually have a small garden in front of this house, and there's a little bit of moss here. And the reason I added a little bit of moss on some of the thatch closer, because like this one doesn't really have much. But closer to the water, obviously the moisture would be there more heavily, and that's where, you know, we kind of want to emphasize. You can see here it's on this outside and everything, and of course all the layering on the beach, I did the same thing. This was all hand placed. All of these layers were hand placed. There's no command that I know of for it, and that was really fun. It was hard, but I got it done. In this house, we have the same thing as the diagonal house from before, except this one is a straight one. So once again, beds by the fire to stay warm, herbs and everything drying from the heat. We have a little bit of, like, you know, they're washing clothes or doing things like that. We got a fish hanging out to dry, all that good stuff. So this place would smell absolutely horrible, but it's in here and it definitely works. So there you go. And then you could, like, close this hatch up here. Oh, there is a hatch up there. I just am pressing the wrong one. And you could literally close it up. There you go. See, and you could close it up to kind of keep any extra water out. How you close it up? You just use a stick. Okay. And then here we have this other home. So as you can see here, this is actually a really cool one. And this is a very unique home. So you can see here, you walk in, it's almost just like a large just storage room. Once again, lots of herbs, lots of plants, lots of meat and drink storage. But down here is really cool. So up here is actually the beds, but down here, if I can get in, we actually have another small storage area. So, you know, this is where you could, like, send the kids and be like, oh, hey, look, go grab a bushel of apples or something like that. And come down here, they can grab it, all would be well. It's kind of in a sealed off area, mainly surrounded by the stone. So it would keep it a good temperature, and it would also keep a lot of bugs and stuff like that out, hopefully. But yeah, this is a really cool spot. I really like it. And then if you come around the side of the support, we have the actual bedroom and a few beds and some dressers, and that's really about it. Nothing too crazy here, but I really like this design of having this lower storage area with the, I guess, loft of the bedroom. So really cool touch. Really like the details in this house. There's a lot to it. It looks really, really cool, and I like the little bit of the candle shining the light out. Kind of encompassing the whole area. Now they also have a small little garden, and this is going to be an herb garden pretty much. It goes all the way back here. Really cool, really cool. And then if you come across this way where the storage is, they're also doing some other herb and like plant gardening as well, because you got to make the most out of the space that you have. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm probably going to expand a little further down this way. I'm not 100% sure, or the other way, but let me give you the little fly around real quick. And here you can see the new addition to the village. I mean, it's pretty huge. It's gotten massive, and I really like the way that it came out. But yeah, all this layering on the beach was really fun. The dock, I didn't really go over because, you know, everyone's seen a million docks before. But we have this entire layering of the beach, which was all, like I said, done by hand. It was really fun, but it was complicated, and then I stopped here because I don't know what I'm going to do. But this is the new addition, and I think it looks great. It really fits in. It blends with the landscape. It just works. And another thing I just want to show you, also remember how we had these ships over here, right? Well, most recently, about 3 weeks ago, we actually built some actual Viking longboats, and I just wanted to showcase this real quick. And I have the physics mod going on, so that's why these waves are really cool looking, and these banners are kind of, you know, flying in the wind. But yeah, you can like sit here and, you know, boom, you're like the captain or whatever, and then, you know, people would sit down and this is your rows, you know, like to actually move the boat along with the sails. Now these sails are not mine. I have to admit, this is one of our community members, Paps, or Dreamin' in Sound, or Palpable Defeat. He goes by many names, as I've said before, but he actually is amazing at building sails and things that are on like almost like a slight diagonal, and it just really works really well with this ship. And you can see here we actually have, like, they're in the water. They're actually waterloggable, which looks great. And then, of course, we have some storage down here as well. Just kind of putting everything. But yeah, I mean, lots of spots to row. You can go up here and, you know, like, see the distance, I guess, things like that. But we built this one. It's obviously a copy and paste job. You know, there's no need to make them too crazy different. But yeah, so now we have that. Some Viking longboats in the harbor, and then we have this. So really cool stuff. So we got some small fishing boats, and then we have the Viking longboats, and it all just comes together really, really well. But that's pretty much it today. I will go over a little bit more detail about Maelinfell and some other stuff in some future videos. Sorry I've been away for so long, but I'm back at it again. I'm going to be trying to make videos as much as possible. However, I will only do as much as I can without stressing myself out too much. But this is the Legendary Porpoise, the other video. Maelinfell, thank you to all my Patreon subscribers and my YouTube members. It's very much appreciated. Thank you so much. But I am signing off for this time. I will see you all again for another video of something very shortly. But in the meantime, have a good day, happy gaming, and I'll catch you next time.